Behind this shell, in the depths I dwell. Primordial nature, elemental spell. I am the fire that you require. I'm the guide, I preside, I set the beat on fire. Eternal flame, know thy name. Sexy hybrid here to change the game. I'm on fire, I'm on fire. Baby, come put me out, put me out. The seals are broken. Sources are leaking.
Rimba passatare moko ruomba passatiate. Buroso combo yatake sohomba ifatasate.
True guardians back, restoring the game. Balance, restoring the eternal flame. I am the fire that you require. Eternal flame, know thy name.
Sexy hybrid here to change the game.
You're a lion, I'm a lion too. I'm on fire,
I'm on fire.
cosmic fire. Baby, come put me out.
Put me out.
The seal's broken, source is leaking.
Rimba passatare moko.
Ruamba fasatiate.
Buroso combo yatake.
Sohomba ifatasate.
The camera. This is just, but I'm telling
Namaste.
you,
Listen.
namaste.
Namaste, like
welcome.
that. Raw was congratulating me on the trailer, and
Yeah,
thank you so much.
yeah, saying like I've seen many trailers in my lifetime, but this kind of
Quality.
shoots the, like wow. And like,
We're pushing it.
We're putting our codes into visual.
Yonde gasandoron show bafarate. No, I mean, I listen.
Afua manekua ke samua afumue.
Let me activate your DNA while you listen to a little beat I say. They thought they could block your light, but it's all good. We in for a fight. No, listen, okay. It's Namaste and Like Hitch, my family. Welcome to a little TeamLight interviews. I'm RIon.
And this is metaphysical interplanetary probability engineer, Mr. Arcturus Ra. Thank you.
Thank you. We're here to drop some knowledge, some original OG stuff. How you guys doing out there across planet Earth? Sorry I'm a little late. As you can see, I was busy making some new. That new song will be available on platforms. I think it's called Breaking the Seal. No, Seal's Broken will be available for you guys. And the beginning of that song is super activational. I kind of cut it out on the trailer, because Facebook doesn't know what to do with me.
I'm surprised that systems even know what's going on.
Yeah, listen,
With
they don't
the
know
way
what to
we
do.
talk.
They're like, he's activating a volume up. Okay, hold on.
Okay, gains up.
How's that?
How does that sound?
Is that
Anybody? You hear this? Everybody hear it
volume?
sound?
Oh, volume breaking up. Okay,
Okay.
guys,
Infiltration.
listen. I can't. I'm sorry that it's just that awesome that you got to mess with the audio. Is that better? Is
Better?
it still
Better?
like. Anyways, rip it. We're gonna talk about some DNA upgrades and what's going on out there across planet Earth. So
Yeah, shout out to Indigo Angel I did a session. Highly recommend. Anyway, she just said something parallel, and I did it this morning. That we're getting upgrades coming in. There's a level of purity you have to have in the way you're thinking about the planet, in order to receive upgrades. And the more purity you can maintain, and the higher you maintain the bliss factor, which Dan Winters can measure, the higher your access is. Meaning, if you want to mess around, guess what? There is no access. There is no extra access. We've seen it. I will bring it in the movie He-Man. Spoiler alert. I'm not giving it away like major scenes, but like Skeletor has powerful magic, as in, if you will, quarter techniques to influence matter. But you can't access the divine higher power, as in you can go Sophia, Christos, as in crystalline energy. If your crystals in your body are not in alignment, the sequential frequency for your DNA upgrades cannot come in. Your radio tuner is off. You're not gating the radio stations that are necessary.
Yes, 100%. They had the dualism and the polarity in there with He-Man, and we saw it last night. You guys should go see. It was a positive film. They finally got over whatever this thing we've been on for 5 years. We're getting off that carousel. But what we can say is that the duality, the positive, the negative, or the light and the night, and even I don't do too many spoiler alerts.
Yeah,
but let's just say that in the film it's very obvious what they're showing you, and that the hardest thing for the dark to do is actually to do the right thing.
Yeah,
they would rather be the villain.
Yeah,
right.
Because it feels
easier.
so good.
It's easier.
It's easier
to not be like, I'm just going to serve myself, and service to self, and that's just how it is. Yeah, that's how you get trapped in a video game for 10,000 years.
Yeah, if not even longer.
15, 20.
Yeah. So
I mean, it's a sphere. How many times do you want to go in a circle?
Basically, imagine you're playing a video game, and let's say I give you a rough estimate. I'm just being playful here. If it resonates, good. If not, it's okay. Let's say 30,000 years. Mayan calendar, back and forth, and with the cycle of, they say, like roughly 26,000 years. You play a game with original divine memory coming in, and you're fading as you are affected by the distortion of the planet and the system that you're in, as in the fall, and you're playing into forgetfulness. So every time, and I imagine every time you reboot, on a video game, your character, you're forgetting more and more of what you actually came in with.
Yeah.
Makes sense?
Every
Because
time.
I know you have an idea. So you forget your presets, your magical power, your life elixirs, your rejuvenation powers, potency, radiation, I don't know what, from positive to magi, to elf, warrior, gnome. The archetypes are all in those computer games. These computer games are not computer games for gamers. These are mnemonic memory filters, because they're saying you did this before, remember, put yourself back together. That's why it's $1 billion industry, and those gamers in World of Warcraft with magi's and playing and obsessed. And some even, I don't even understand this game. These are the Stasis that are in completely denial of that they're in the game. They're so traumatized that, like, I don't even want to play this, because then it makes me realize I'm in the game, playing the game.
You're the avatar that's aware.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot of things. There's new, let's go back to news. News that's come out recently. Apparently, a team of scientists are using a very, very powerful microscopes, and are now actually zooming in onto the molecular and atomic level of the human body, and seeing that we're engineered.
Yeah.
So there's like every single part of the human body and how it functions, all the way down to the bacteria. They're actually seeing the mechanical function of the cells, of the chromosomes, of how they operate, how they interlock, and how basically we are engineered. Life was designed. So that's going to be pretty interesting for a lot of atheists out there, when they break out the electron microscope and they're like, explain this. So they actually have, if you guys can look it up right now on Google, new team of scientists using a very powerful microscope to actually see the different engineering that actually makes up our suits. Yeah. So we all know this, that we are eternal source beings, having a physical experience. But for a lot of people that are waking up, that's one of the first things you're going to have to realize, is that you are driving this avatar around. Your soul is interoperating inside of the physical plane, utilizing this vessel, this suit.
Yeah, I mean, they showed how the cell's computational process like quantum supercomputer processes light packages and photons coming in, and they showed it under a microscope, and they showed that this is engineering. This is not natural evolution and picked up, and that's just some mythical figure of God in the sky, and bloop, here's the human race. Also, that we have been altered. Anybody want to Google chromosome number 2 and look at why it is fused?
Yep.
And nobody can explain why a chromosome was removed and this was changed.
Yep.
Well, I've channeled into that, and I found out analytically, with everything that we have online, everything that's known to man, in order to control a species, you need to fuse number 2. That's the highest candidate in probability. It kills the galactic memory inheritance. It downclocks your age range. Your computational process of enlightenment gets downsized. And your cultural identity is becoming more docile, which makes you a controllable species. And that's scientific fact.
You also
It's
have
not even woo-woo.
you also have longevity and strength in chromosome 2.
Yeah.
So
We were downclocked, basically. Somebody came in,
Yeah.
very sophisticated, not creating us, not our progenitors, claiming, Anunnaki, hint, hint, but dabbling and saying, okay, if we tweak this over here, we get the monkeys a little bit, they form a line and work.
Reptilian.
Yeah, that too.
No, I'm just.
Yeah, it's a mixture, you know.
There's reptilians in this place.
You know how they say is, I have something for you.
Hey, listen.
I have something for you.
I get it. If you played on the bench for eons of time, I understand why you would have to nerf the competition, because you can't compete with us. You know what I mean? If you can't beat them, you better nerf them.
Yeah, it's like, even those that are here to redeem themselves, you want to climb the ladder and go back home, that's okay. If you want to go the other side, I have a joke, and then you get it, is what's the problem of a lizard? He has a reptile dysfunction.
I've heard that.
Ah, see, you got
Whoa, yes.
No, this gonna stick now.
Listen, you know
Yay.
what? Oh, no, that's
Gotta-
all.
You
That's
gotta be
all-
creative.
No, we gotta be like Zuckerbucker. We got a drone or a rep. Listen, I don't know.
You gotta be creative.
I just remember, honestly, back in the day when, these things were very small, that, there was something that happened where it was like a casual thing known. And it's like this joke, or how we used to haze certain beings down here. I get that causes a lot of trauma. And that trauma is taught. Fear is taught.
Yes.
Hate is taught. So what I'm trying to get into is what is the energy behind the vessel that is being operated. I don't care if you're in a reptilian suit, an Anunnaki suit, Draconian suit, Lyran, Syrian, Arcturian. What is the functionality of the energy that you are allowing to access your soul and your neural processing, and how is that reflecting into your environment? Whether that be the third dimension, fourth dimension, fifth dimension. Stop all this pointing fingers. I mean, no one's even talking about the mantids and sectoids or actually what they're doing down here. Everyone's trying to, that's the next one on the chopping block. But I'm just trying to say that once we kind of break down who we're interoperating with, this game's going to fall apart. But here's the thing, that how we put it back together. Hang out with the beings that treat you good. Hang out with the beings that have your back. Hang out with the beings that only want the best for you. And if you can stick to that, you're going to be just fine. No matter what galaxy you herald from, what planet you incarnate on. If you hang out with people that have love in their hearts, that truly want the best for you, that's your tribe, that's your vibe, and that's where you should reside. Yondore Kish. So it doesn't matter. So what I'm trying to say is, like, this shock and awe shit, I'm already past it. I'm just trying to go, like, I don't care what species it is, because now I'm looking through that species into their soul going, well, who's controlling the puppet? What's the energy controlling the puppet? What dimension is the controls coming from for the puppet? What language is the puppet speaking? What's the motivation of the puppet? So what I'm getting to, that's when you start zooming out and actually seeing this game in a much different way. You are now a programmer. You are now a system buster. You are now walking around with knowing thyself and your true age. And with that comes casual and a lot of sarcasm and comedy. Listen, don't take shit too seriously down here. And I know we really do. And I know it's very easy for us to get triggered. But what I'm here to say is that from a zoomed out perspective to see what's really going on, how fast we are all changing, let's talk about the timelines. We jumped like 3 timelines. The Schumann went crazy the past 5 days. We've jumped like 3 timelines in the past week. So you have anything to say about that?
Yeah, well, timeline jumping means like you make a choice. If you see in the Adjustment Bureau, a choice defines your trajectory of where your timeline is. And there's these Adjustment Bureau people that Philip K. Dick, the author, channeled. In a segment of a dimension, they can actually see where you're going. And they were controlling these 2 beings and controlling the path and trying to separate them, but they couldn't separate what is the original love frequency. And they had issues with that. That kind of created havoc in this Adjustment Bureau, whoever was governing that. So timelines are that commercial that you see that in the series Loki on Disney. What does Loki have to do? He steals the Tesseract, which is the opening of the vault of Saturn. It's blue, and he creates a divergent timeline, and he falls into a bureau. It's called the Time Variant Agency that controls a false narrative of a timeline where all agents are stolen and they don't know their timeline. Forgot who they are. And he, as Loki used to be the villain, now has to fix the organic timeline and bring the golden timeline back by operating against the Time Variant Agency. That's a comic book? No, that's a script that's channeled, and that's for you to remember. And I urge you, watch Loki. Watch the show. He's fixing the timeline.
Yep.
What does that tell you? I mean, what's your take on that?
Well, the whole thing with timelines and the multidimensional nature of who we are. By the way, what up, Emery? Love you, bro. We are multidimensional beings. I guess for the past months, I don't know. I've been telling you guys, I'm not dreaming. I'm operating in a parallel reality, and I have like a job, a house, my friends. It's not a dream. I'm actually like at least 2 parallel realities. I'm just walking back and forth every single night. So, with the multidimensionality of the universe, it's really important to realize that's who we are inherently. We are multidimensional beings. So in different agencies, and it's so funny hearing these little NASA guys, they're multidimensional. They're coming through the walls. I'm laughing my ass off. I'm like, where have you been?
Yeah.
They're coming through the walls of the... Where have you been? I mean, 17 years of seeing shit come through the walls. What are we talking about here? That's the difference though. Listen, just because you're a super smart nerd, or just because you guys have seen some really crazy shit in your job, doesn't mean you're fully a multidimensional being able to process what you're actually processing or viewing or interacting with. You're a spectator watching a movie. When you know thyself and you start working at unlocking the gifts that are inside of you inherently, then you can start to have a conversation. Then you can start you're not interdimensional. Like, well, what dimension are you?
We're in the 6th dimension. Sometimes we step down into 4.
I'm like, why are you all stretched out weird and Langley?
It's something to do with the gravity and how it distorts the light down here. It's really dense.
Like, if you guys knew all the answers of why the visuals looked a certain way, almost like a TV producer knows the dots per square inch on their broadcast and volume level and hertz ratio and what it is, if we could break down this entire scientific narrative to actually what you're viewing through a 30 frames per second biological eyeball, all of a sudden you just go, oh, that's why it looks that way. Hey, Raw, that's why it looks that way. There's a whole information based on why you're perceiving that, how you're perceiving that. No more fear. I think that's the one thing it says in the Bible more than any other thing in the entire thing. It's like 7,000 times it says, have no fear. Have no fear. Have no fear. So that's something I just want everyone to realize on this earth, is that this multidimensional narrative, this is not new. This is ancient. Another thing too, with a lot of these people that try to put us in a box with this new age rhetoric, hey, jackass, we're actually the ancient age, accessing and interoperating around a bunch of NPCs that have been manipulated and brainwashed. You guys can't even tell us what happened in Tartaria or what the unseen fight was that the military was going after. Hey, here's another question for you. Why are all the gun turrets facing China? Why are all the gun turrets facing China? Why don't you answer me that simple question? Okay.
Yeah. What are they trying to keep out? And why was there a movie made with Matt Damon?
Yeah.
Where they have to keep something out from the wall.
From the wall. Yeah. And what was it? A bunch of reptilians come out of the goddamn girl.
Isn't that interesting?
Hey, What is it? I don't know. These things come out of a damn asteroid and they replicate and they eat everything. I don't know. Sounds familiar.
Interesting movie plot here. You know what?
Hey, what the hell's adrenochrome? I don't know. I mean, Matt Damon. Why don't you watch the movie? Matt Damon. You hadn't seen the Matt Damon movie? Come on. I can't do this. This is like it's like I'm playing with like kids' crackers. You know those little animal crackers? They're like, here, narrative for the people. Here, eat that cracker.
Well, I have another
Here,
one. I have another one.
Go ahead.
Yeah, for the multidimensionality, it defies the laws of stupidity. While scientists are still talking about the migration of species in a panspermia way, when beings come and watch the Betty and Barney Hill interview, watch her last before she died, 2003. She said that the dude she called Junior, they traverse through cubic interdimensional systems. They don't go from A to B. Nobody travels and go, like you go from one state to another. There's no linear timeline. These beings are intercrossing dimensions and hopping to the time coordinates as needed, like in the game when you load the status of your avatar and you can go, okay, let's go, what have I preloaded in my journeys? I can go level 2, I can go 7, anywhere depending on your access level, as in what ultra-terrestrial intelligence you are, because not everything that comes from up there is working for your interest. Some abuse, the Anunnakis did that, but the science has yet to learn, or here's the opportunity for them to learn, it's multi-dimensional. That's why you don't understand why these crafts hop in and out. Like a boat that dips in the sea, fish, and you see the boat dipping, but because they're touching upon the dimension, and they can solidify or go in and out. That's why the military, with the linear mind state, you can't approach these vehicles. These are conscious, sentient, ancient intelligence-controlled craft that travel multi-dimensional universes. You watch Doctor Strange, the multi-dimensional universe of madness, but that gives you an aspect, an idea what's channeled in a comic book. You have to stop thinking linear. We did not migrate from planet to planet through panspermia. Like
Panspermia?
Yeah, this is called panspermia. Basically, that from amoebic cells to meteorites, fossilized, we dropped on other planets, and then evolution came in and took billions and billions. I mean, they did the math. They wouldn't even be finished to build a human construct. Some did like some theoretical math thing and said it would take 78 trillion years to even conceive the human vessel and its computational process. So we don't have the capacity to understand a being that can engineer this. Go ever 78 trillion years. Like, try to even where do you go with this?
Right.
I can't even begin because it's unfathomable. So humble yourselves and think multidimensional. Certain things are created by design. It's not selection, evolution, adaptation, mutation. That's a Darwinian error, if you will, if you even heard about that guy. There is intelligent design behind us, like in the Eternals.
Yes.
When they find out their divine systems to bring elemental order back to the system. And not everybody made the right choice. We are sitting here in this molasses, interdimensional, to handle it. And science has now found out that the brain needs 12-dimensional computational processes to make this avatar, this meat popsicle, even function here on a lower level.
Listen, I've been talking with my guides. I want to say some really funny shit, and they don't say that. I'll tell you after the broadcast. They're like, it's not appropriate. Don't say it. Even though it's true, don't say it. Listen. We know the dirt on some of these different elder species and what's really going on down here. Yeah, we do. We remember. Here's the one thing they can't control. What you remember. For all you guys out there, don't show your cards. Just like I'm not showing my cards right now. You could actually name drop exactly who's responsible for this shit. And you could actually name drop exactly who didn't graduate last time. And it's the same group of guys spinning in circles. Here's the deal. Graduation, elevation, ascension, activating that dormant DNA, getting ready for the golden age, and shifting. That's it. That's all we should focus on. When I want to make jokes, because God, it's so, it's deep. It's deep inside. There's a chuckle deep inside my soul. But here's the thing. It's that same chuckle that gets us in trouble every single time. We are hybrids. Okay? A lot of us out there are just figuring that out. No, you You got one blue eye, one green eye, and you're blonde haired. Yeah, you're not from here, dude. You ever seen the logo? You can't go out in the sun because you get a sunburn. Yeah, you're probably not from here. Have you ever shaved your dog or, had your dog haircut or a horse and seen the actual color of their skin? What is it, gray? Yeah, are you gray underneath your fur? We were brought here. So I just want to be real with everyone out there, Volcano, green lava, orange. Leo King is in the house.
Yeah.
Dude, everyone's chiming in. Hey,
so check it out. Let me drop this real quick before I lose this. They found that in a cow is a horse and a goat and other animals. This is all engineered. This is a zoo.
Wait, they found a horse and a goat
like
in the DNA?
In the DNA construct is part horse, is part goat, is part gazelle. You understand? It's all mudded out.
Can we bring back the Pegasus?
Yeah, that's part of the Atlantean era.
I just want a Pegasus.
But interesting. Maybe you have to check the Pegasus system.
Look, see this Pegasus? I don't want a vehicle. I don't want a car. I would just take a Pegasus with a saddle.
Which has to do with the Pegasus star system. Anybody feels a trigger or resonate with that, step into that and step into where this comes from. Sometimes, people have certain things, I don't know, you watch movies and then certain words pop up. And I urge you to watch.
Look, Tone's here. Look, all the heavy hitters are showing up. Hey, listen,
We got the heavyweights in the house.
All my friends are straight fire. I don't know what to tell you. Tone,
absolutely.
Palmer, Emery, JP, and JP's going to pop in. John Charles, Emery. Listen.
Emery Rock.
We're all here the Guardians.
Absolutely.
The Guardians. So, let's talk about the DNA upgrades. Make sure you guys are getting out into the sun. And by the way, the timeline jumps are real. I know you guys are going outside and there's missing time. I saw a post. I don't know if it's real or not, but these monks that have been practicing a certain religion, they light one candle every single day and it burns for exactly 24 hours. Okay? Guess how many hours the candle is burning until the day restarts? 16 hours. They said someone has sped the clock up. Instead of a 24-hour day, we are actually experiencing 16 hours. The sun and the moon and everything's spinning around, fine. But I'm saying the actual duration of time is 16 hours. So I know you guys probably feel this. You wake up in the morning, you do something, it's 3 o'clock. Shit, it's 5 o'clock. Go to the gym, eat. It's everything sped up. So they're saying it's CERN. I'm not sure what it is, but I can tell you that time is not what it was. The sun is not what it was when we grew up. It's not orange. It's white. We have a white sun. Okay. And a lot of the activity on the planet is definitely picking up. What I can say right now is contact is imminent. How you guys are going to process interacting with different interspecies. This is why they're very careful with me, even though I could say some really funny things. I don't, because I don't want to teach you guys bad habits, because you have to experience them for yourself. I can't tell you something stinks unless you go smell that yourself and go, God, that stinks. What I'm trying to get to, hey, go and smell that. I can't do that. You have to do it for yourself. But there's something about it too, is that even these species that know the jig is up, they also want to save face. And if they can keep the population in the dark and pretend to be the good guy, they're going to. So here's the thing I'm figuring out. Should we let them? Should the entire population know all this weird shit that's going on? Similar to how Trump, right, invited all the CEOs of everyone that tried to kick him out of office and put him out. What did he do? Invite them all to dinner. Put them all at the table around him and go, hey, can we fix? What did the end of King Arthur? What did he say? I'd rather make friends than enemies. Can we work on this shit? I'm just trying to say spiritually and energetically, take no shit. But there's also something here where there's some level of grace that some of these species do not possess. So you cannot blame them for not having the divine spark of our Creator beating in their chest because they never had it in the first place. They had a version of Creator. Maybe they're created in some sort of shadow, dark world, anti-creator place. And then are constantly been looking at us through the darkness at this little happy... I'd be pissed if we were living in Dark City, but you look out your balcony every day and you see like living La Vida Loca. There's like guys playing volleyball and shit. You're like, Stan, what's going on over there? Claws. I don't know. Is that a bikini? What is that a beach sport? What are they doing? What I'm trying to say is that if you're coming from an alternate reality into ours, and maybe the first time you ever experience, oh, those are creators' kids. Did you ever put that in the make? Some of these beings come from like, what's that shit planet that all these weird tall whites come from? Say it.
I don't know the name of
Yeah,
it.
you do. Not Ganymede. What's that weird place where like we're superior to everything and then we're tall, white, and weird looking?
Blank.
God, see,
honestly.
I'm not. Hold on. Dude, put it in the comments where are all the tall whites from that think they're better than everything else that walks the universe. Where are they from? To the left of the gate from Orion's belt. And the planet is called... Come on. Someone knows.
Beetlejuice?
No, not Beetlejuice. Come on.
Aldebaran?
It's not... Is it Aldebaran? No, it's not Aldebaran. God. It is... Why is that such... You know, they constantly wipe that word out of my mind.
Oh, well,
Constantly, they're like, don't say
Who's
it.
surprised?
No, Boot System, Neverland. Come on, guys, show your age.
Boots is Arcturian.
Arcturian. Boots is okay.
Arcturian. That's Northern Hemisphere.
It
That's
boots that ass. Anyways,
yeah,
it's going to
yeah.
come to me.
boots on.
But anyways, what I'm trying to say is that we know the jig is up. Our souls are remembering, and they also remember a time before all of these beings show up, including ourselves. So what I'm trying to say is that if we are accessing this grid, this crystalline structure that goes all the way to the core of this planet in this hologram, this hard light hologram, okay, check it. We have access to all the energy and vibrations coursing from the ground as well. And we're on the surface. We're not hiding from all of this stuff in the inner core of the planet. Well, what's the benefit? One, we're in a very chaotic environment. But two, we get all of the solar information that comes from our sun. If they want to say it comes from the dark sun or the west or the black sun, whatever black sun, guys. What I'm trying to say is solar activation codes and how evolution and acceleration works is the amount of input or data or light that you are receiving is going to push your genome to expand that much faster. Period. So,
and that's what's happening. I wanted to also, before I lose the thread, is that we don't know to a degree what's going on if we don't observe. Meaning, like, how is it like the analogy in He-Man? The dude remembers that he's from another system, and as a kid he drew all the figures he remembers and all the magical powers they had. But the psychology person that he's meeting, the psychologist, right? He met that.
no, it's not Andromeda. It's not the Pleiades. I love you. It's like Ganymede is like, you keep going, but I'm trying
we
to
will
say,
find out. We will investigate.
I'm going to look it up right now. Go ahead.
Look it up. Ask DeepSeek. Like, let's go.
Yo, where are the
Open the gate.
jackass
Open the gate.
from?
Anyway, so everybody keeps telling you that you're living in La La Land. You're dreaming this stuff together. I had stuff similar, you know, and I'm not trying to be the figure He-Man or whatever, but we all have ideas and concepts from other worlds, and we think it's a dream, or we want to play the queen, the princess, the king, the prince, and have these adventures that we play. These are memories that are in your dormant DNA that wants to actually come back and wants to be reactivated. So here I'm preaching to the choir, you understand it, but isn't it interesting that movies now are showing that, how lonesome that feels when you have stripped of your power.
Zeta Reticuli. Boom.
So,
Thank you.
so they are also from that area.
Zetas. Ugh.
Yeah, so that part of this is us. That part. There's
There's
other
good parts and bad parts. I'm just trying to say, I've interacted with these guys. They've showed up in my backyard in their black Orion outfits with the gold collar, staring at me like I was some primate. And I'm looking at this thing going, can I help you? Are you lost? And they get very surprised when you're like right back at you. They don't speak. They don't use their mouth to make mammalian sounds. They're like this. So, yeah, you know, there's a lot of ordinances here in what we can and cannot share. I like to share with you guys everything I can. Okay, minus the jokes, because then later, even I'm right, you know, you're gonna get that slap on the hand. So what I'm trying to say is, for all of us out there, are there different ET species pretending to be your higher selves that aren't? Are there Zeta Reticuli pretending to be your higher selves right now, or Greys, or
Well, that already
you know,
answers the question. Of course.
listen, or
You know?
Manchurian candidates, or you know, tall whites. What I'm trying to say is that these lower bottom feeding harvester species are not angelic.
They can mimic. All they can do is mimic.
Yeah,
They
I
don't have real source codes, and when you get down to the bottom of it, with anything in life that you're dealing with, You'll see there's a difference between somebody who's at source code, somebody who's telepathic, as in teleempathic, like he can really, really feel you, and somebody who's full of it. And the more you awaken, the more boring the rest becomes. I say compassion, yeah, but you see when somebody comes with an intent at you, and you see the whole program of the charade, and you're already like, don't even give me the spiel, or you're going, not interested. And then they think you're pompous, or you're aggressive.
And
It becomes see-through when you see the pattern, what tape is running you, which tape is running you, from which dimensional access is the wire or the USB plugged into your energetic body. If you can't see it, if you have dreams about any black wire, well, there you go. Insectoids messing with you.
Yep.
That's nothing new. And I wasn't studying this for trends.
Yeah.
I heard this when I went to a psychic 15 years ago that had nothing to do with ETs. Didn't even believe in this galactic stuff. And she is pulled into the council with me, doing a session on me, and says, yeah, we found some insectoids that were siphoning your crown chakra that kept your third eye at a minimum and your intellect elsewhere because they trapped your scientist aspect, a fractal, on Maldek before it was destroyed. I mean, put that in your head. And when she changed that, my IQ went, and I already see quantum
She
physics.
removed all the blocks and the buffers.
Yeah. And now I can think clearer without medicine, and I have part of me back, and that really worked. And I met that lady one time, and it changed my life. And she was like, I don't know what Arcturus is. You in this outfit, you are blue, you have an elongated head, you have these elven ears, which people have seen me in that form in a sweat lodge. When you reach the delirious stage, also you reach DMT levels where you can begin to see, which normally you can't.
I just want to answer this.
Yeah.
Ebens are cool. They don't like the Zetas. They beef. They're from the same star system. Ebens are organics, and they beef with the Zetas. Okay? I'm not turning into a freaking... What do they want us to turn into? Half robot? What are they called? Androids.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not good. No one wants... If you see these guys in public, and all these beings that are like, oh, our technology's so advanced. One thing to always pay attention to. What's your symmetry, bruh? God is symmetry. Things that are beautiful to us are in perfect symmetry. I don't care if you look like a dragon. Perfect symmetry, sexy. I don't care if you're an Arcturian. Sifu. Perfect symmetry, beautiful. Andromedan, symmetry. So when you get some weird shit where it looks like it was kind of made in a lab,
and it's all unaligned with quantum science. Is now finding out that source favors alignment. Isn't that interesting? Anything that's not in alignment with a source code, as in a coherence, as in negentropic, as in sustainable, not entropy like Earth has taught us and forever and ever. Entropy is falling apart and decaying because it's unsustainable. Why do you think pyramids outlast big cities? Because they're built in symmetry. They're built in harmony with source code. And they will be here when New York is gone in 5,000 years. Why? Because the geometry is based on source code and incoherence.
Yep.
And the only thing that will go through this ascension process right now, that will survive technology with everything that's coming at us right now, is symmetry, coherence, harmony, alignment, amplification, refinement, and expansion. That's the only trajectory. And there's still hotheads out there that think they can do it better by, let me wear off this highway, it's all gold and everything is working for me, or not on my watch. Let's create some trouble. It's no reason, boo-boo, for you to go back to high school, because high school's over, basically.
Another thing, too, I get a lot of the time when we travel to these ancient civilizations and these ancient ruins, when I'm talking to the Guardians there on the backside of a mountain, could be in Peru, Manu Picchu, could have been in Belize. This is the first, and when I was in Athens, it was actually very apparent. So I'm walking around Athens, and I'm talking to these big deities, and they're walking around. I'd like walk off to the side away from all the humans and be like, yo, homie, what's up? Like, what is going on here? You know what the first thing he asked me, and there was a she too, why haven't you rebuilt the temple? Why do you guys just walk around in rubble? It's on the ley line. The power is still coming from the ground. Why haven't you built this? And that's a question I have to ask myself. Is it a psyop that all of these ancient sites, they rope them off and you guys are walking around in dirt and rubble, not in the great majesty and how the energy worked and how the spires worked to actually promote energy and well-being through the land, through the country. They want you to walk around in rock to preserve it. The same people that every single time they find giant bones show up, throw them in a box, and you'll never see them again, Smithsonian. We're on you guys like white on rice. I don't know what to freaking tell you. The population's going to wake up one way or the other. And these little circles of weirdos that think they're cool in the dark, dancing in the dark. I can't wait till you meet my family. Oh my God.
Well, the party.
I can't wait till you meet some of the guys that are fighting to get into this game, and they can't wait to meet you personally. Because we're like real little recorders down here. Every single time I bump into one of these things, I've been in my best behavior to go, hey, please knock it off. We can do better. Act your age. Stop doing weird shit. Stop eating each other. It's awkward. We see everything. There are beings that are so have the blinders on in their belief system. They don't believe that they deserve any better. These beings that do evil deeds to have a higher ranking in the underworld. Oh my God, dude, it's so gnarly to think that that's actually someone's belief system. That you're so average, you would rather serve things that can't get out of this cage in the first place. Instead of graduating Earth, you'd rather serve those that have been locked up the longest, and you think you're winning. It's very strange for me to watch this game.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah, sometimes you see the
I can't even begin. You know, so
the rules, the laws, and regulations that we observe sometimes really defies. I mean, the laws of gravity, the level of stupidity that people don't understand or understand. There's certain things, if you're not in resonance with it, you're not going anywhere. You're not progressing, you're not processing, and then you think because you have a weapon.
Off Erica Kirk. Was it worth your 30 seconds of fame? Listen, hey, by the way, Palmer, I love you. I wish you were here.
Hey, yeah, David, we gotta. I want you on my channel.
Dude,
we gotta talk.
Our squad is the best. We had the best squad.
You don't know. You don't know how
the best squad.
Honestly, you don't know how we admire you guys. We bust our ass 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Talking about downloads before the series download appeared on television. Remember? We were talking downloads. I didn't hear nobody talking about downloads.
Yep.
And we are like, where's everybody? Now, they're all showing up, and it's lovely how everybody's here, and they see the joke of it. And it's I mean, I understand sometimes you're pissed.
No, it's not.
It's some stealing up like.
Okay, listen, this is what it's like. If you're a big guardian, how many times do you want to see the Chihuahua shit on your carpet before you go, whose Chihuahua is this? It keeps shitting on my carpet. Now zoom out and imagine beings that are so large they oversee entire cities. And you're like, what's going on in your city? It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing for the
embarrassing
guardians.
this is? The original dog is a wolf. And we have genetically downgraded the wolf to a chihuahua. You understand the ridiculous? That's the ridiculousness of us.
And here's the crazy thing: everyone loves a chihuahua because they know they're crazy. They're like, if you have a chihuahua, it's like you just let it bite you. You're like, you let it bite you. You're like,
and don't drop him; he dies.
Hey, don't.
Yeah, you drop a chihuahua, they die.
Yeah.
If he's under
Word is crazy. I mean, only on this planet.
Insanity.
Is it normal to have a pet that's like, it bites? And you're like, really? It's small. You're like, hey, let it, come here, chew on my finger. I don't know. We're interested.
And we had 12 feet high. Like
dire wolves, they brought the dire wolf back. You know that, right?
Yeah, they're huge.
Yeah, dire wolves are big boys.
That is the original dog of the planet. And the rest is breeding, genetic
We don't need the short-faced bear to come back. Thank you very much for all the people, picking and choosing things. All right, you guys, let's do a vote. When do you think all the genetic cloned Nephilim and these giants are going to make their appearance? What year do you think that these tall beings are going to show up like they're superior, that have been hiding in the ground, are using off-world technology while we've been in the dark for 150 years? When do you think they're going to make their showcase to show how superior and benevolent they are? Because that's the first thing Clinton grabbed in Iraq was the body of Gilgamesh. What do you think they're doing with that? I feel like we're Time Lords and I'm just playing, pulling cards. When are they going to put this out? Is that the next card on the Illuminati deck? Oh, the giants are back. How many saints parts have been gone missing too?
the finger of this guy, the toe of this guy. What are they doing?
That's all part of fragmentation.
Solar flare. Like people are just like solar flare, burn them all. Hey, listen.
But I have a question before I lose this. David, maybe you can shoot a
Pong
quick.
knows all the astrology.
So basically, right now, there's a thing going on with Saturn. Does it mean, which I'm assuming is the firewall of the veil of the black cube of Saturn is breaking? Is the planetary alignment that these firewalls are coming down, because I believe more and more is going to be revealed, like a shitstorm, pardon my French, well, people can't even believe what's going to be happening tomorrow by what's being released. People, Fox News talking about ETs, now admitting it, and everybody's like, is this a show? Like, it's going to be so, we've been doing this for years. I've been reading paranormal stuff and fringe physics since I was 11. I'm not surprised. So the question is, the question is, with the planets now, is this is a transitional year? The next 4 years have to be bananas, as in changing dimension and reality, where whatever is technology, everything that's coming at us, you will be overwhelmed, and the only person that's going to survive in harmony is if you're adaptive. Because now I have to bring it in a little bit, with AI, the smartest person in the room is now the dumbest if you're not adaptive. Because right now, I can have 30 years of Harvard at the click of a button in my pocket, and you're redundant. So what are you doing? Where is this going? And you know exactly what I mean. So give me a heads up to what do you think, how this is going to go in one sentence. I know it's going to be a show. Come to my channel. Come to my channel.
Listen, are you talking to ChatGPT? This is a human being.
I'm talking
Look,
to...
he's typing right now. I can feel his brain.
I'm talking to David right now.
Okay, so...
And the audience.
So you're trying to say an alignment or a timeline of when what is...
Yeah. Basically, Saturn right now is releasing the archives.
Okay.
And that's in the planets. And I want to know how is that... How can he confirm that this is what's happening? Or is this been happening in years in the making, since 2012? Or is this? Do we have a crescendo point right now?
He was talking while he writes that out. He was in his presentation at Rise of the Guardians. He was talking about the new avatar, and when the new avatar takes hold, which is, I believe, we're in that window right now.
I think we're being remodeled as we speak. Like yesterday, you liked spaghetti. Tomorrow, I don't know. Like your whole construct, my entire belief system.
Oh, he wrote.
So what's he saying? We're going to read
Saturn, Neptune.
Yeah.
Can you read it?
Okay, Saturn, Neptune conjunction back in February. 0 Aries hasn't happened since
4,361 BC.
See? July 20th, all outer planets in perfect symmetry. Never happened in all time.
Wow.
Thank you. That confirms what I felt. See, we got to talk to the Jedi here.
Wow. So it hasn't happened since 4,361 before Christ.
Yeah, so talking about fractal time, what happened 4,361 years before Christ? What happened then? And it must have been freaking bananas, and we forgot. That's why this is so, what's going to happen? And I think it's going to be bananas. And interestingly, AI and the Gutenberg press, same planetary constellation when they came in, when the books were invented, elevation, but also wars. Now we have a chance to do it right. Again, Atlantis, I have to say it. Atlantis, abuse of ancient intelligence,
Look, see?
sinking of Atlantis. We got it. This is coming back.
But it was before Mesopotamia.
Yeah, so we have to do it right. It's coming again. Digging out artifacts in Tula with microchips in their head. And they're warning us. We did it before. Don't do it again. Now learn. It's in your face. It's blatant. And they're debating that it's all unreal. And the debaters, especially you show somebody a door and you see where, I don't know, where all the trafficking is going, you have it. And then the debater closes the door and says, you and your conspiracies. You see what we're up against? With those who are still holding on because it feels so good to be the villain. No, it doesn't. Because at the end of the day, you're going to lose your skin. It's going to be...
Listen, it's like the villain, all of a sudden you get barbecued. And you're like, was it worth it?
Yeah.
Was it worth it?
Yeah. Oh, hey, was it worth it? Remember that scene? Thanos having deleted half the universe. Remember the Soul Stone has a price.
Yeah.
And he has to die. He's in the afterlife and his daughter comes and she says, so you did all the killing? You erased half of the universe? And she looks at you like, Dad, was it worth it? And he's screwed. He has no answer. Yeah. Watch Endgame. Like it's not worth it to get all the power and get all of this. With the Soul Stone, there's a price to pay.
from the upper tiers dimensionally in this game, there is always a fail safe. And I used to say this all the time, okay? Imagine your 4D is Darth Vader. Imagine your 5D is, I don't know, Obi-Wan Kenobi. What they always explain to me is your night side guards the doors. Your light side holds the keys. Okay? So they're never gonna let Darth Vader out of 4D unless their 5D provides the key for their ascension. That means someone else on their oversoul has to sign off on them that they will be balanced in a higher level of game. So for me, it was very simple and almost like, it was almost collegiate how they taught me. It was like, no, you do this to do this. This is how you move through the game. You can't pass these tests, you don't graduate. And I was like, oh, okay. Like it was never like a maybe or someday. It was very strict. And I think that people don't realize in the angelic realm and the higher realms just how strict and sophisticated it is. It's not random at all. So that's how at least I feel about it. The proof we are in. Listen, look, Palmer, you should just jump on here in your with your sexy face. It's proof we are in the 1/4 turn of the great galactic cycle.
That is 25,000 years long. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's going so crazy that the Mandela effect it's bananas. It's happening. It's ongoing happening. Like remember Jiffy, the peanut butter? Now it's called Jif. And I asked people, and they said it was never called Jiffy. I mean, you know, like what the heck? Are you concerned?
Are they going to the same place though?
No,
are we like fighting something where it's just to be like,
we're trying to. We're like, I think like this, David, you, I, Emery, many of you out there,
everyone in the comments, they're
yeah, you're guardians, and you're in Atlantis right now, and you're saying, hey, don't misuse the crystalline technology. We're going down if you're going this way. You can't go away from source codes because we're taken care of. Leave it alone. And the other side, which is a fraction, which we have to inspire, hey, boo-boo, fallen DNA, we know you forgot who you are, but this is where home is. Remember who you are.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we all want to go home. Trust me, when you take a taste of this, you want to go home. You want to go home. That's all there is.
I'm 100%, you know.
And with this, give me your spin, if this resonates. If the babysitter is your dark side and it's 4D, since when does the babysitter run the house?
Okay.
See?
No.
It can say, child, do your job.
Right.
Set boundaries, guard the door, but you're not running the house.
No, you're not the landlord.
Okay, so
you're
okay.
operating. You're a 17-year-old, just with my dad's credit card, living in a house you didn't build. You don't even have a real job, and you just feed off a 3D vessel because you don't know any better because you're a basic ego program that thinks that they control the universe. When if you actually saw how big the universe is and how small and insignificant you are, it would fractal your ego into 100 trillion pieces. So the ego only exists in a place that's safe for it to exist. Again, to realize that we are inside Creator's game that is allowing our soul to experience these different polarities or hues of manifestation. But to grasp the lesson plan and the soul essence of the experience you're supposed to extrapolate. The only differential is how long it takes you to pass each level in the grade, each level in the test. Just because it took your parents 75 years or 65 years or 60 years to graduate 4D doesn't mean you can't pass it in 4, 5, maybe 6 years. There are kids being born right now going right into 5. Yeah, they'll have a 4th dimensional version that's to interact with the public, but 80% of their neural connectivity is going to be in 5D. There are already kids being born right now with 3 strains DNA activated. With the double helix, they have a triple. Is modern medicine going to tell you that kids are being born with 3 strain DNA? That they have, extra abilities that you don't have?
Kids are being born with
What
hearts in the
happens?
center.
What happens when kids are being born and can see colors you can't see?
Yeah.
What happens when kids are being born and can hear sounds that you can't hear?
So what do you happen?
And all of a sudden, you're supposed to be it's like, just like some of us with this ADD, ADHD shit, we're in school. I just sit there,
we were lied to for 12 hours a day or 8 hours a day, and you wonder why we don't want to take notes or stare at some weirdo with the chalkboard. No disrespect. What I'm trying to say is that it's one thing to preach truth. It's one thing to share your intellect through life experience. Another thing to read out of a book that's, produced out of Texas somewhere, where it's the same manufacturer of all the textbooks in the United States, and it's the same exact lie repeated over and over again. Europe is taught a different history than we're taught in the United States. What I'm getting to, whose perspective or agenda are we following? When you guys realize you're more advanced than the beings that wrote these books, it's going to be very awkward for those beings when they hit a brick wall. There's nothing I fear more for these people is this. Beings that really think they're powerful, that really think they run the world, when they hit that deathbed, and they're in that hospital bed and they're 87 years old and you're all alone and none of your money can help you. Who are the beings that are going to be there waiting on the other side of that veil for you to cross? What I'm trying to express, just like in Fight Club, is don't mess with the beings that you rely on to help transfer you from one world to the other. Don't piss us off. I don't care what your belief system is. I don't care where you come from. I don't care what weird family you come from. What I'm trying to express is this. When angelics take human form and we're here to interact with you in the public, please be nice to us as we be nice to you. We're not your enemy, we're your friends, but there's some beliefs down here that are not interoperable with being a class 1 civilization. Many of us come from the future or from higher timelines, and we came down here to be of service. So please, let's just get along. That's all I'd like to say. For everyone out there in these groups that watches above and below ground, who actually know exactly who we are behind this little flesh suit, I'm trying to tell you, we want the best for everyone. That's all I wanted to say.
Basically, you just streamed that. Total stream.
I'm just, hey, that's what you're really playing with down here.
So what he's saying is basically, don't be afraid of the all-seeing eye. The all-seeing eye is you, because you're the collective consciousness that records everything. Nothing gets ever lost. Everything is recorded. And anybody who messes around, messes with unnatural law, messes with people, is not being nice for those who are here to assist the planet in the Ascension game. You are being recorded from Akashic back to Cloister, Deva, Template, as excellent templates. These are your soul records. And I don't believe in one book. I believe in all books. And in one book, the Messiah said, when the time of the crossover comes and you commit evil, then that evil is eternal. You understand what damage you're doing when you do something against the alignment of Source? It'll be forever echoing and in your records. That is not going to be expunged or wiped. And there's also a level of, sorry to say, but it's about choice. Choice defines timelines. Choice collapses density into where you're going. And there is a hieroglyph I saw when I was in Egypt. There is a being responsible for Source that are beyond repair. That's even possible. Sounds shocking, and people don't want to hear this, but we've been lied to by proxy worship instead of integrating personalities of higher dimensional aspects. We were worshiping something outside of ourselves. That's the greatest sacrilege that you can do, that you don't take yourself account. And you pray. If you pray, you become the prey, literally. What are you praying to? Anything external. So there is a shredder that literally shreds souls into units smaller than the original soul construct if you're evil beyond repair. Can you believe it? Like, if you go so corrupt that this corrupt file cannot be reconciled, you will be deleted into other units. So new soul form and particles can form until this is repaired. Heaven protects itself, no mistake. Source cannot be corrupted. They can all play this little game here, dilly-dally, but they're ultra-terrestrial beings. When they land, Elohim, Ophanim, Sophianic, high command, they are pure essence of authority, keys of Enoch. When they're so powerful, when they land in the forest, grass grows, bees return to beehives, everything aligns, everything becomes holy, everything becomes angelic, and there's no escape. Like in the Dark Crystal, the Skeksis had to get in line, the reptiles, when the Magi's returned, because they had to become one. There is no way to stop what's coming, like in Lord of the Flies. When the kids play all havoc and the hierarchy and who's boss and the betrayal, and when the soldiers come to pick the kids up, the kids are kids again because the grown-ups are returning. And the grown-ups are, but source code returns. If you want to mess around and play with energy, as in say, when God returns, your ass is grass. You're not making the cut. You better be in alignment and harmony with what is, and everything will unfold and will be there for you. It's very simple. And those who think they want to hold on, and that goes for all parameters, for all agencies, all institutions all over the planet. If you're not getting this right now, and those who are out there watching, that if you're holding on to a principle that is out of source alignment, there is a price. Anubis is at the gate. Your heart will be weighed. If it's lighter than a feather, you can pass. If it's heavier, you're not passing the ascension past the river Styx. You're not going up. You are being checked. Judgment is upon you by your decree. Your higher self decreed that if I'm not clear here, I'm not going anywhere until I get my ish together.
And the reason why people think it's not a 3D heart in a feather, it's a fifth dimensional heart, and fifth density is far lighter than a third dimensional feather. And if that being the case, a fourth dimensional heart, okay, for you guys wanted to do the night side polarity, is, which is fine, a little more service to self, a little more, people love Vegas. It's still lighter than a 3D feather. So it's about density. And they show you that image. It's not a 3D heart. It has to be lighter than a 3D feather. No, it's not a 3D heart. I don't know why in all the scriptures throughout the universe, why it's not there in bold under the image. It's because they don't know what they're talking about, or they don't want to share it with you. There it is. Everything is known. And some of you guys know some very encrypted, special things. Each and every one of you is very powerful, very special. That's why it's so important for you guys to open your vocal chakra, share your thoughts, share your mind, share your wisdom, share your integrity, and share your heart with the world. Because there are people that may watch this video in a year, 2 years, 5 years and go, where have you guys been my whole life? I've searched for my tribe for 15, I've been awake 10 years. Where have you guys been? Give me a thumbs up if it took you guys a while to find TeamLight or find my brother or some of the other guardians on my deal. They hide us very well. That's why it's really important sometimes to share these videos. You never know who you're going to wake up. You never know what's going to trigger someone. They already got the 4 species that they say are interoperating on Earth on Fox News. They got ESPN Sports. They're going, we can't have the Nordics compete in our sports. How are we going to stop that? That's what they're talking about. So yeah. I'm just trying to say,
but that shows you how behind they are. What you mentioning? 4 species.
4 species
that been manipulative.
A, B, C, D, E. Oh, what are we in kindergarten?
Like, dude, you should be way more advanced than this. But interestingly, is when this comes.
You know what it's like? It's like going to the restaurant and you got 4 crayons to fill in the blanks. You got a blue crayon, a pink one, a red, and a black. That's all you get. You know those little kid Crayola crayons when you go to the restaurant. You're like, I'm going to play this game. There's a lot more colors in the rainbow. There's a lot more species interacting with this planet than these 4. Okay.
Yeah. So when people want to get into this, I mean, look into what's out there. You have data access in your pocket. You have smart little mini librarians. Ask questions. Ask questions where systems say there's no verifiable evidence that this ever existed, but yet it's in all the scriptures. It's all in all the fairy tales and all the movies over and over. I mean, it's. If you want to talk about overwhelming evidence of otherworldly memory, then I rest my case, Your Honor. You know, yes. Because it's look at all the stories we tell ourselves over and over, and we're still like, yeah. I mean, I've talked to people that are so NPC'd in the Matrix. Well, this is all make believe. This is all fantasy. This can't be true because it hasn't proven. I said, proven what? Yeah, the consensus by the what's it called, the scientific review and all that. Well, who's funding them? Who's controlling that?
Talk about how they found. Just so people out there need to understand the technology that some of these agencies and our military actually have. Talk about how they can trace your heartbeat and how they found the downed pilot in the mountains tracking his energy signature in his heartbeat from a satellite. Tell them.
Yeah, I mean, there was a report on the news where they can track somebody by heartbeat. The good part is not everybody is that easily trackable. They had a system link with the pilot where they knew the variability of his heart rate to know distinctively that's him. But they have the ability to find a guy somewhere out there that means, what else can they do? Like, if they're letting that out, how far are they
Ahead of what they're telling the public.
What they're
dude.
telling the public. So I think there's transparency, like privacy and passwords. I think this is all a joke. This is an illusion that you can play because let you play. Anybody wants to know about anything about you with satellite tracking and what they're capable of. Anybody can be anywhere and anything. The thing is, what protects us, I believe, is awareness, stay in alignment,
And intent.
And
we're,
intent.
We're actually here. I want to create paradise with you guys, period. I want to have fun with you guys, create beautiful locations, have great time. Anyone would be crazy to not want to hang out with us and support us. If you're not into joy, bliss, or abundance, this isn't the podcast for you.
Yeah. And we're not trying to force people to be
No,
there,
I'm just trying to
anything.
say, I call we're like the captain of the Mad Hatter sometimes, because we're the most powerful beings down here. We kind of go back and forth, light and dark, and a lot of us have crazy childhoods, and we've gone through a lot of traumatic experiences. But it's also, if you zoom out, what is it really? We chose the fastest path. You're like, well, how do you mean? How do you make a diamond? Pressure. So how many weird things have you gone through? How many weird, you chose your mom and dad when you got here. How many things, how much karma did you have to pay? What did you have to learn? And what accelerated rate did you want to learn it in? I think everyone in these comments, we've all gone through crazy things in our lives, but I'm here to remind you, it's not a Debbie Downer thing. It just shows how strong and powerful you are, that you still get up in the morning and you still want the best for yourself, your friends, your family, and this planet. That shows your strength. Does not show your weakness. This inversion was written by a bunch of losers that didn't graduate 25,000 fucking years ago. I'm sorry. It's eventually going to come out that every single turd that did not graduate is the one that's in control now. Okay? And the resets happen probably every 150, 300 years? 200 years?
Yeah.
You're going to find out that these ancient, oh my God, it happens 10,000 years. No, it could be every 200, 300 years. They reset.
Yeah.
New graduating class, new graduating class, new graduating class. So the game is much faster than we think. Don't lose sight of what we're here to do, which is process your stuff, transmute as much as you can for you and your bloodline. We all know we're carrying grandma and grandpa's World War II demons through our parents, who were probably children when they had us, that didn't process shit. For all of us indigos out there, your parents didn't process shit. Welcome to the show. So for all of us who had to do put the entire bloodline on your back and walk forward, congratulations. You guys are some of the strongest there is. So I just want to be real. And that's anyone in our generation. Listen, I got to be real. You guys are some of the strongest beings out there. Say, there's a lot of unconscious shit that just gets passed on. I don't know. Grandpa got back from World War II. He's 22. Went ahead and had 4 kids. Do you think that a 22-year-old knows who they are? You don't think that what he saw on D-Day, which is ingrained in his DNA, didn't come right out into the kids? You don't think that trauma transfers? Where exactly do you think you are? Do you understand how energy works? Do you understand how this hologram works? Everything reflects upon one another. So I can just say for everyone out there, for the future to come, less collateral damage would be awesome. We really do want peace and prosperity on this planet. My name is RIon.
This is Arcturus Ra.
Where can they find you, my brother?
Well, you find me on ra-key.com and my channel. I have a new show, Reports from the Bridge.
Yes.
And it's gonna be hilarious because I'm doing what nobody's actually doing, and everybody's like out there. So I'm not giving anything more. And Instagram, Arcturus Ra, one word. So punch in the name, you see this face. There's only one original, often imitated, never ever duplicated. Arcturus Ra.
Do the Optimus Prime.
I am Optimus Prime. You have been lied to your entire life. Autobots, Starseeds, we are the same. Let's change the planet.
Listen, I love you guys. TeamLight.com for all your digital downloads. You guys get the conference. All the rock stars are on it in 4K. Rise of the Guardians conference is at TeamLight.com and TeamLightStore.com. I also have my music up there. Enjoy it. And,
Yeah.
go ahead.
It's the choice is yours. You are not experiencing reality. You are rendering it at all times. Never
Yes.
forget.
With that, ladies and gentlemen, just know we love you guys very much. I may do cards, you guys, a little later this week, but I think we had to say everything we needed to say tonight. It's been an absolute pleasure. All right.
Absolutely, yeah. And thanks for having me, as usual.
Of course, dude. Till next time.
The seals are broken. Light is leaking out. The seals are broken. Light is leaking out. Behind this shell in the depths I dwell. Primordial nature, elemental spell. I am the fire that you require. I'm the guide, I preside, I set the beat on fire. Eternal flame, know thy name. Sexy hybrid here to change the game. I'm on fire. I'm on fire. Baby, come put me out. Put me out. The seals are broken. Sources are leaking.
Rimba passatare mokoru omba passati a te. Rosso fombo e attacche, so omba i fatasate.
True Guardians back, restoring the game. Balance, restoring the eternal flame.